Yo guys, what is up? Max for Diablo 4 video, and today we're talking about how to level up quickly in Diablo 4 Season 4. Now, I was able to hit level 100 in about 14 to 15 hours of playing on day one. I'm now blasting the pit and trying to farm for my build, but I keep getting asked, how did you level so quickly? I didn't level the fastest. There's a lot of people that leveled faster than me, but I want to share some general tips about how to level quickly and when you should be swapping from the different world tiers and when to start really working on your gear. I hope you enjoy the video breakdown. Let's get right into it. So right as you spawn into the game, you'll spawn level 1. If you've already beaten the campaign, you'll spawn in Kiovashad. There'll be a lady that you can speak to here that will tell you about the Hell Tides. I recommend just clicking on it so you can get it out of the way. And then your seasonal goal starts down in the Kyrgyzstan area. You're going to want to come to the Iron Wolves encampment. If you look at the N on Kyrgyzstan, kind of diagonal down, this Iron Wolves encampment is where you're going to want to go when you first start out. Talk to the lady and start earning rep for the Iron Wolves. Now, Iron Wolves have a rank that you can progress, and you're going to progress that by battling through the Hell Tides. Hell Tides prior to this season were only available in World Tier 3 and World Tier 4. The big change to this season is you can do these red zones in World Tier 1 and 2. They also buffed up the amount of experience that you get in World Tier 2 up to 50% more. So you're going to want to come, ideally, to World Tier 2, come to this area, talk to the Iron Wolf commander, start ranking them up, and do their seasonal quest line. And the way to do that is through the Hell Tides. And turns out Hell Tides right now are the fastest way to level up if you're trying to level up efficiently. Don't mess around with dungeons. You're basically just going to be blasting Hell Tides. Hell Tides will give you a lot of gear. They'll give you resources. They'll give you gold. The mob density is amazing in Hell Tides right now. And you're going to be ranking up your Iron Wolves commander rank. At multiple ranks with these commander, are they going to give you uniques? These uniques seem that they can come from any pool, anywhere. I obviously don't think they're going to give you uber uniques, but for example, I was getting dedicated Duriel uniques at level 15 by getting this tier 4 reward. So you could possibly get really lucky on your character and get some really powerful starting uniques. Now, one thing to note is there is no reason to ever save these uniques. They are set in stone what they're going to pop out in, as in if they're going to be sacred, if they're going to be ancestral, if they're going to be non-sacred or just normal uniques. So there's no reason to save your unique upgrades and grabs till you're in World Tier 4 or World Tier 3. Get them when they're available. They'll help you level up faster, and this is going to excel your progression and leveling a lot because also they're going to be giving you these legendary aspects will give you dedicated loot that is specified towards certain builds. On Druid this season, it's Pulverize. On Soric, it's Incinerate. And you can get basically a full build just from this and then worry about leveling and killing enemies in the Hell Tides. Now, the next progression that you're going to want to care about is in your season journey. If you go to your main menu, season tab is on the left. You can ignore all the cosmetics, ignore the flashing, explore battle pass option. What you're going to want to click into is this season blessings and your season journey. Now, you will most likely rank this up through 80% just normal play. Sometimes you need to go out of your way and do something. For example, I need to go out of my way and do a Legion event. But the big reason that you're going to want to care about your season screen is for these season blessings. These season blessings will award you with smoldering ashes. This is a currency that you're able to rank up these things. I strongly recommend going for the Urn of Aggression first. This will give you 20% more experience from killing monsters, which is the primary way that you're going to be leveling. And then you can spec around and use different things while you're doing this. Obviously, getting more reputation with the Iron Wolves is great. It's going to get you your gear faster. Getting more obols will help you get more gear as well. Once you get into Nightmare Dungeons, you're going to want the Urn of Nightmares to get better Paragon Glyph experience. But do not ignore this screen. It's going to help you out a ton leveling quicker in the season. Now, once you're around level 35, you're able to do the Cathedral of Light dungeon. I say 35 because 35 is the new level where you're able to equip World Tier 3 gear, aka Sacred Gear. And so as soon as you're level 35, if you're feeling good about your build, then is the time to go do the Cathedral of Light. Once you beat it, you unlock World Tier 3, which the sooner you do, the better, because you're going to earn more experience in World Tier 3. So if you can get that immediately, as fast as possible, you're going to earn more experience and waste less time on World Tier 2, and you can start earning yourself Sacred Gear, which is going to be giving you even more damage, even more power to clear enemies faster. Now, once you're in World Tier 3, the kind of concept of leveling starts to become even more important in terms of keeping enemies at a higher level than you. When you come to World Tier 3 at 35, 40, whatever level you do, most likely the enemies will be above 10 levels higher than you in World Tier 3. I believe they're like 55 in the Hell Tides, and you're going to want to try to make sure that enemies stay at around 10 levels higher than you. The reason for this is because those will give you the most optimal amount of experience when killing enemies. If you go too high and you're too low level, then you're not getting any more experience, and you're taking longer to kill things, and you might be dying, things that will slow you down. So once you're in World Tier 3, same thing applies. Just blast Hell Tides. Your goal is to get from 35 in World Tier 3 to around 55. You can go to World Tier 4 sooner, but around 55 is kind of the recommended level right now. Now, you could probably be fine getting into World Tier 3 without tempering your weapons, but as soon as you're in World Tier 3, tempering becomes very important. Tempering is a new thing that you can do this season, that you can add affixes to your gear. You're going to want to start looking for legendary sacred gear. Legendaries are different than rares because legendaries will always drop with 3 affixes. Rares will only drop with 2. And so you can start trying to grab legendary sacred gear and tempering them on, and tempering will give you tons of damage, tons of resources for your build. They're just fantastic. A quick example of that is I am using a Storm Druid with tempers to damage to close on as many things as I can get, and all of those tempers to damage to close give me, when we go to our Thunderstruck board, up to I'm currently at 96% more damage with my storm skills because of those tempers, and tempering is really cheap. Don't be afraid to do it. It's not super costly. It's barely any stuff, and that will help you. The goal is to invest into your gear to kill things faster so that you can get better gear and then keep investing into that. So definitely worth tempering on your gear once you're in World Tier 3. Once you're level 55, now is the time to make sure your build is feeling good. I would double check before you go do the World Tier 4 dungeon that you have as much fire resistance as you can. It'll help you survive the fight a whole lot better. And then your goal is to kill the World Tier 4 capstone, which unlocking World Tier 4 for you. Now, once you're in World Tier 4, believe it or not, kind of the same process. Go to the Hell Tides, kill things in the Hell Tides. They're going to help you rank up faster. The enemies in the Hell Tides will be around level 75-ish if you're entering at 55. So it might be a little bit hard. Once you're in World Tier 4, big thing is to try to get the ancestral weapons. You can actually just come to a vendor and buy an ancestral piece of gear if you want to just buy an ancestral rare. Go into the Hell Tide, you'll have a whole lot more damage. And then the goal in the Hell Tides is doing Hell Tides till you're about level 65 to 70. At that point, I recommend swapping to the Nightmare Dungeons. The whole goal of swapping from Hell Tides is you're going to eventually catch up in levels to the enemies, and you want to have them stay at a level that you can constantly be earning as much experience as possible. Now, if you don't want to do Nightmare Dungeons, if you're enjoying Hell Tides, you can always use these Profane Mine Cages. This increased Hell Tide monster level by 10, which basically guarantees that they're always going to be giving you at least maximum amount of experience that they could. These last for 60 minutes. They give you a ton of them. So you can totally just keep blasting in Hell Tides, but I recommend swapping to Nightmare Dungeons to start leveling your glyphs. The reason we want to level our glyphs is, one, because you get huge bonuses from them, and they're a lot easier to use once they're level 15. And then once they're level 15, you can start doing the pit. The pit activity is started from this obelisk. I'm currently in World Tier 3 just to show off, but you can start doing this in World Tier 4. It's basically a greater rift from Diablo 3, or an activity where you kill as many enemies as you can, and then you kill a boss. But the big thing about the pit and why you want to do it is it unlocks once you do a Nightmare Dungeon 46. And once you unlock the pit, you can start earning materials to masterwork your gear. Now, masterworking is replacing upgrading. You can no longer upgrade your gear. Upgrading your gear or masterworking is now a endgame process. And when you upgrade something or masterwork it, you now have a chance on every 4th upgrade, 4, 8, and 12, to masterwork crit an affix. What this will do is upgrade an affix even further than it could have while you're masterworking, everything is going to be getting improved. Masterwork crit greatly improves one of your affixes, and there's affixes on builds that will carry you, that are super important. For me, for example, on Tornado Druid, now I basically have a 50% chance for my Tornado projectiles to cast twice. This is giving me tons of extra damage on Tornado, and you don't get these kind of things and getting those rank ups until you're masterworking and the pit, and so that's kind of the like global seasonal progression laid out. You're really just focusing on Hell Tines. Once you're level like 65, 70-ish, go to Nightmare Dungeons, do your Nightmare Dungeons till you're like 90, 95, and then start going on the pit to do your masterworking and start really honing in on that gear. Guys, that's going to do it for the video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found it informative. Let me know if you're having any struggles with leveling. We're always live over on twitch.tv/Moxie. If you got any questions, I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Peace.